Cape Verde is your go-to spot if you're in search of the feeling of adventure mixed with holiday. Cape Verde is a unique archipelago off the west coast of Africa. Surrounded by the deep blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean, you'll find 10 islands that all differ in appearance, from green valleys and beautiful dunes to pearly white sandy beaches. In today's video, we'll be running down all of these 10 islands so you know which one to choose if you're ever going to make a worthwhile trip to Cape Verde. Just make sure you watch to the end, because at the end, you'll get to experience the best surreal feelings that Cape Verde offers from right behind your screen. Yeah, traveling without traveling. But speaking of, do you like to travel? Are you curious about everything that the world has to offer? Well, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, a thumbs up, you know? And also, don't forget to tap the bell icon to turn on notifications so you know when new videos are out. Number 10, São Vicente. This island offers its visitors pure culture and excitement. This arid island doesn't only entertain all searches of an average beachgoer, but it also offers sights of other towering islands that you really just don't get anywhere else. Moving on to the main city of the island, Mindelo, the heart of Cape Verde, tourists are met with a vast and colorful culture blazing with music and arts and crafts like the 1900s Palacio de Povo, food, and also just beliefs in general. Mindelo is majorly known for its music, and it's dubbed the birth of Cape Verde. The city comprises around 80,000 people with colored buildings and busy streets. Major attractions in the city are the fish market, the Mercado de Paixi, the Belém Tower Replexes Museum, and Mansa Floating Studio. Now, if you're not a city type or you'd rather have a more relaxing arena, you can always check out Mindelo's Laguna Beach, the shallow lagoon of Baía de Gatas, and São Pedro Beach. Other favorite spots to check out on your trip to the heart of Cape Verde are Viana Volcano, Monte Verde, Dona Amelia Lighthouse, and so much more. The most important festival in Cape Verde is Carnival, which takes place in February or March. Mindelo is the best place to go and celebrate it if you're wanting to get some Carnival action, you know. The population looks forward to this dazzling festival all year round. Carnival is therefore very intensely celebrated. The Carnival parties are accompanied by large parade floats, exuberant outfits, lots of colors, dance, lots of music, a couple of oops. Alright, let's move on. Number 9, Fogo. If you're a thrill searcher, or thrill seeker, I guess is the more commonplace way to say that. If you're unafraid to take on the most beautiful yet intimidating natural wonders of the world, then this is the perfect spot for you. Its main attraction is its high and intimidating volcano, which tourists keep flocking in to see. Pico de Fogo is a high, darkened, inactive volcano that last erupted in 2014. It is the highest peak of any spot on the island of Cape Verde, rising to 9,281 feet, above sea level that is. Pico de Fogo is a one-way ticket to an incredible challenge for visitors aiming on climbing their way to the top of this crater. But there's more, so here's some activities on Fogo that we would recommend. Visit the farmers. The locals grow Mancom wine and Arabica beans on the flanks of the volcano. You'll encounter them when you're climbing up the volcano, but you can also look them up later. Help them harvest and taste. Drive on the island road. Get in the rental car and drive back and forth between São Felipe and Caldeiras, which is the volcano crater. The road winds between dried wisps of lava, and it takes you to an altitude of 5,905 feet. That is just surreal. Cool off in the natural pool in the coastal village of Ponta da Salina. You'll find a swimming pool formed by rocks. Number 8, Sal. This is the perfect beach spot with an all-around perfect daylighting to get the most fabulous of photos. The island of Sal is a must-go for all searching to relax and experience the high life. From November to July, this island is a real surfer's paradise due to the good wind. Espartagos is the main capital, which, it's got all the bustle that you're going to find in Cape Verde, basically. Here you'll also find the evangelical church, Igreja Nazareno Espartagos Sal. The island's name was inspired by natural resources mined majorly in the past for international trade purposes in the 19th century, which is salt. Today the production has declined, but the salt ponds of the Salinas de Pedra de Lume became a major tourist attraction. On the west coast of Sal, you'll find the Buracona. The ceiling of one of the caves has collapsed, and now the sun shines through it in full around noon. A sparkling blue glow, also known as the Blue Eye, is the result. Some activities that you shouldn't miss include a quad bike safari through the rugged desert of Sal, zip lining, one of the most popular things to do in Sal, and a snorkeling excursion or diving trip. Underwater, you're surrounded by beautiful, colorful fish. Or visit Santa Maria. Around this town are the most beautiful beaches of Sal. Here you can go on a lemon shark tour. During this tour, you'll swim, or rather paddle, with sharks. In turtle season, between July and October, you can watch turtles laying eggs on the beach. And with just a bit of luck, a few weeks later, the first baby turtles can be seen, hatching from their eggs and waddling towards the sea. It's spectacular. Number 7. Santo Antão. Santo Antão is the second largest island and the most western and northern island in all of Cape Verde. The island has been dubbed one of the most beautiful islands of Cape Verde thanks to its very unique appearance when compared to other islands in the archipelago of Cape Verde. The island is known for its dramatic landscapes with towering mountains and lush green valleys. The vast and sturdy landscape of this island makes for a perfect day trip, climbing and hiking in the mountains. There are several beautiful walking routes mapped out on the island. The most popular hikes are the hikes through Cova Paul Ribeira, Delgadim Ridge, and the hiking route to Ponta do Sol over the amazing Arthas Valley. There is no shortage of photogenic villages on Santo Antão, especially Pontenas. This has everything to do with the brightly colored houses built over a mountain wall. Do you got time to relax? We'll visit this volcanic sandy beach at Tarrafal de Monte. This place is the best place to just completely unwind. Admire the black sand that stands out strongly against the blue waves. Soak up the sun and take a refreshing dip. And with a little bit of luck, you can even spot some whales. Number 6. Santiago. Santiago is the largest island in Cape Verde, and it's the oldest to have human civilization settled on it. It's the place to be talking about business in Cape Verde, and it's home to Praia, the country's capital. The Kapok is a great attraction that reels in a lot of tourists, and it's fun. It is the country's oldest and largest tree with a height of 196 feet, a trunk circumference of 91 feet, and a lifetime of 500 years and counting. There's much to experience on this island. Go surfing in Tarrafal, the nicest village in Santiago. Visit the African market in ACCOMMODATION. Visit the most impressive slave post, Pelorino, in the square of Cidade Velha. Visit the Fort Real de São Felipe and the oldest street in Cape Verde, the Rua de Banana. We also recommend a walk through the Serra Malagueta Nature Reserve or Gongon Valley. Or, let your hips loose during a kizomba dance class. When you think of Cape Verde, you think of music and dance. To fully immerse yourself in the local culture, an evening of dancing with the locals, you can't miss it. Number 5. Brava. This is an island that might not look like a lot at first sight, but it's got so much history and culture, and I know I said this about a lot of the things so far, but it's one of the most beautiful towns in all of Cape Verde. That's why they're on the list, right? Brava is the smallest inhabited yet greenest island of all Cape Verde. And through inhabitants on this barely 7-mile-long island are scarce, it makes for the perfect getaway from all the noisy crowds and civilization while offering visitors some of the best scenic views that they'll ever find in Cape Verde. Now, this island's been dubbed the floweriest island, and for good reason. The low-hanging clouds and condensation have created lush vegetation and colorful flowers and plants that are popping up everywhere. The dragon blood tree is one such special specimen. Brava is home to the most critically acclaimed and beautiful town on the archipelago, Nova Sintra. Nova Sintra is built in an old volcanic crater, surrounded by mountains. In Nova Sintra, you can experience the authentic Cape Verdean mountain life. Number 4. Santa Lucia. Santa Lucia is the smallest island of Cape Verde, located between São Vicente and São NICOLAU. Extinct volcanoes and white sandy beaches make up the island's landscape of Santa Lucia. This one's very dry. It's got a desert-like appearance, and you can only get there by boat. There's no accommodations here, which makes the island wonderfully quiet and unspoiled. Since Santa Lucia is uninhabited, it's generally just a day trip kind of ordeal. But it is perfect for real nature lovers. It is the ideal place for fishermen, but for also bird watchers and biologists. It's also nice to climb the Monte Grande mountain of 1,295 feet. On the uninhabited island, you can snorkel in peace with tropical fish and enjoy those pearly white sandy beaches. Now, this island might lack what most others in Cape Verde have to offer, but the scenery here and the quietness is just, it's not something you find very easily anywhere else. Number 3, Vista. The third largest island in Cape Verde, and the one that brings together all of the elements of what it takes to have a good time on a vacation, is here. Its name is the literal translation of beautiful view. I mean, that about says it all, right? The island where whales swim by, where loggerhead turtles lay their eggs, and where golden dunes loom like a mirage. Snorkel with the tropical underwater inhabitants, and stroll through the cozy fishing village of Salre. This is how a sunny holiday in Cape Verde should be. Most beaches on Vista are undeveloped, pearly, white, and protected. This has everything to do with the loggerhead turtles that lay their eggs there. Vista is the main breeding area of the archipelago. Varandinha Beach is worth seeing thanks to its bizarre rock formations and its caves. Other popular beaches on Vista include Praia de Chaves and Santa Monica Beach. In addition to turtles, humpback whales, dolphins, and marlins also like to come to Vista. The breeding season of the whales lasts from March to the end of May. So during that time, you're gonna have the best chance of seeing a mother and a calf while on a wildlife boat trip. A highlight in Vista is quad biking through the Viana Desert, where you can make a stop to go sandboarding. The Viana Desert is 12 miles long and it's 2.5 to 3 miles wide. The Deserto de Viana forms a beautiful desert landscape of mainly white dunes. And the largest sand dunes have a height of about 164 feet. Now, a bucket list thing to do is snorkeling with harmless sharks. At Baía das Gatas, you can see nurse sharks swimming between the coral. Be sure to visit the Shipwreck Museum in Salre. The Museo dos Naufragos will teach you more about the history of Vista and the hundreds of shipwrecks around the island. Number 2, Maio. Attention beach lovers who love peace, the most isolated beaches in Cape Verde can be found on the island of Maio. The beaches are pearly white, the seawater is clear and blue, and the atmosphere is relaxed. Chances are you're gonna have this beach all to yourself. In the fishing village in the capital called Vila de Maio, it's all about local life. Tourism hardly exists here. The brightly colored houses, the stately palm trees, and the in-between alleys complete the decor. Oh, and we haven't even mentioned the beach with the colorful fishing boats, have we? It's also worth climbing Monte during your beach holiday on Maio. At 1,430 feet elevation, it's the island's highest point. For the most beautiful sunset, go to Ponta Preta. With clear weather, you can see the sun sink behind the mountains of the neighboring island Santiago. And number 1, São Nicolau. Undiscovered, tropical, and paradisical, São Nicolau is a feast for the eyes. The mountainous island has 2 faces, cork dry on one side with volcanic craters, canyons, and rocky coves, and lush greenery with forests, hills, and valleys on the other side. On São Nicolau, you can literally taste the landscapes of Cape Verde. Bananas and mangoes, cassava and passion fruit, all these grow here and in abundance. And speaking of fresh, that certainly speaks of the fish on São Nicolau. The small bays are fished every day by local fishermen who bring up squid and tuna and octopus. So whichever restaurant you choose in the evening, it's gonna be delicious. The absolute highlight of São Nicolau is the 4,304 feet high Monte Gordo. Below you, the Monte Gordo National Park stretches out in all of its splendorous beauty. At the Carnival coastline, you'll find natural pools, which are perfect for refreshing splashes. The capital of the island, Ribeira Brava, is paved with colorful houses and a welcoming atmosphere. So, what are your thoughts on all these destinations? Don't hesitate to share them with us in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. We got a lot of content coming your way, so stay tuned. See you in the next one, and yeah, later.